keep moving on. We are on to our next speaker. You may have heard of him, Mark Organ. He is joining us today from Categorynauts. Mark, welcome.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Love this format. Rapid fire is kind of like the little tweet compared to a blog. It's really good, really good. I'm sure it's been engaging so far.
For sure. Yeah, the tweets of webinars. That's a good tagline. Here we go. We'll let you take over and feel free to let us know what you've got going on in your hot take today.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take it up a notch. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So today what we're gonna do is talk about why you should fire your marketers and you should hire your customers to go and do their job and actually other jobs in your company. And here's why, right? Think about the last time that you bought something risky or expensive, either personally or professionally. Just think about that for a minute. And was it an email from a vendor? Is that what got you over the goal line? Or was it an ad from an influencer? Like, probably not, right? Probably, again, if it's something that's risky or expensive, it was a personal recommendation from someone you trusted. It was reviews online. It was a video that you've seen of a successful customer using this expensive product or service. And that is why you move forward. Yet, as marketers, how much are we focused on that in terms of surrounding our prospects, our buyers, with customer evidence? Chances are we are drowning our customers in email and more email. And so I want to change your mind on that and get you to focus more on surrounding your buyers with customer love. So a little bit about me. So I am a longtime SaaS CEO. I founded Eloqua and Influitive and got those to exits or to being a valuable, profitable company. I also wrote a book called The Messenger is the Message. It's a best-selling book. And it's all about how to mobilize customers to do more for your company. And if you're a SaaS CEO and you're right between sort of 2 and 5 million ARR, you're right in my sweet spot for coaching. And my job is to help you get to $15 to $20 million in ARR, which I've been able to do pretty consistently. So we've heard a lot about customer centricity over the last, 10, 20 years. That's not enough, right, anymore. We hear now about companies like Amazon, Jeff Bezos, talking about being customer obsessed. And the reason why is that technology really isn't the issue now in order to generate more sales, especially now. It's really much more about trust. As Jeff says, if you build a great experience, customers will tell each other about that. Word of mouth is powerful. And that's not just true for your product. It's also true for the buying process and even the process for advocating for your company. So think about that. Like, how can we make it more pleasurable, more valuable for people to go and recommend you to people that they care about? Okay, if you can do that, you're going to get a lot more of this very valuable advocacy. And trust is really at an all-time low. And actually, it's now past where this data is from. It's even worse now, right? People don't trust businesses. They don't trust government. They don't trust the media. They really don't trust anybody or anything other than people who are close to them. It's more true than ever before. So if you're not able to tap into the power of trust, you're not going to be doing very well. And it doesn't matter how many emails and how many ads you subject your prospects to, it will not generate the kind of return that increasing trust does. And that's especially true now because we are inundated with a barrage of information every day, and information and disinformation and malinformation and all kinds of stuff like that. We are absolutely deluged with it. And so we are hungering, we are desperate for sources of trust. And Marshall McLuhan from my hometown here in Toronto said the medium is the message. And the idea here is that the vehicle by which the message is reaching you is actually the message of the time. And that's what he said back in the 70s. Now, I think the message of our time is the messenger, right? The messenger, who you're hearing a message from is the message. And so you want your prospects hearing from messengers that they trust and respect. So I found a company called Influitive back in 2010 that is focused on getting customers to go and talk more, to use that to go and generate better marketing. Subsequently, got really excited about this idea called the customer-powered enterprise. So not just in marketing, but in sales, in customer success, in product. Customers are so much better than your employees at getting this done. How can we break down the walls in your company between customers and employees? How do we bring customers in so we're all rowing together? Those are powerful companies. In fact, if you look at industry leaders, are almost always the advocacy leaders as well. So the question is, how do we do this? How are we able to mobilize customers to get more done? And we're going to talk about that in a bit. But first, why this is so important and why industry leaders are the advocacy leaders. It's really simple. For one thing, if you've got more customers involved in your business in every way, again, not just marketing, but you've got advocates that are helping to close deals with references. You've got advocates that are helping you build better products and services. You've got advocates that are helping you retain customers. Well, you're not paying them a base salary, are you? Right? People are not cheap, right? If you've got people who are working for you essentially for free and they're really effective at their jobs. Do you know why they're so effective at their jobs? Because they speak a special language and it's called customer ease. Okay, they speak customer ease really well. They understand customers better than your employees will ever understand customers. So if they're more effective at helping if every customer is helping you generate more customer revenue and they also don't cost a lot, then that's a recipe for winning. Okay, so hopefully now you're convinced this is something that you need to invest in. And so how do you do it? So the way that I've done it through my companies and now through my coaching and my advocacy is with a community. And a community can be very sophisticated. And you can see an example here on the left, which is Cisco's multi-award-winning community called the Gateway. And it's a gamified community that gives people points and rewards for executing on our behalf, for doing referrals, for doing videos, for generating 5-star reviews online, for helping to recruit people, for helping even to choose the songs that happen at a live event. All kinds of things you can use your customers to do. They do in a community. But it doesn't have to be an expensive, big community. That's where you eventually probably want to get to when you take this seriously, is you want a professional gamified community from a company like Influitive, and there's other companies out there. There's Base.ai. There's Insided. Lots of companies are doing this. Even Salesforce.com community and others can be changed so that you can do this sort of thing in it. But you can start as simple as a Slack community or a WhatsApp community where you just invite your customers in and you are able to use it to get people talking to each other. You can provide challenges for them to get them to execute a little bit on your behalf. One story is kind of interesting. When I used community in sales, I had 9 out of the top 10 top software companies in the world using my product. I didn't have Microsoft. I went out to the community and said, how do I get into Microsoft? How do I win these guys as a customer? And a smart person said, well, you need to go after the parts of the company that are close to the CEO, but yet they're not doing very well, like Bing at the time. Now Bing is on fire now, but Bing at the time and Teams. And then I asked other people, says that's great. Who can get me in there? Who has connection? And got the leads to those major folks, and the rest is history. Became a great customer. So it can just be a simple community. It can even be just a quarterly dinner that you have with your customers. That can be enough to give people the feelings that they're looking for.